Good morning and welcome to Real Life and Beauty with Maddie. So I'm gonna do a quick makeup tutorial. What do I do with my skin in the morning, how I wake up, what do I use, and we're gonna use some new products that I got in the mail from Ulta. Yes, I go to Sephora, and yes, I go to Ulta, okay? So anyway, my skin right now, I washed it completely. I try to use facial cleanser or even body wash that is vegan, like there's no chemicals, no animal products, so my skin is nice and clear. I do have some uneven skin tone or color, and this is just a birthmark, so it's not like uneven skin, but you know, happens in once you get to your 30s, you know what I'm saying? But it's all good. Anyway, so we got the Tarte Tape Concealer for these bad boys under here, if you could see them. We got the Tarte Foundation. And of course, Tarte Mascara. Honestly, this is my first time using this one. I always use Big Ego, because I have little tiny eyelashes, if you could see. So let's see how this works, because the brush in this is a little smaller, but I wanted to try it out anyways. Well, not smaller, but thinner, not as thick. Okay, so first, obviously, FYI, my boyfriend's sleeping, so he's probably gonna walk in anytime to get ready, but it's all good. So I use number 7 moisturizer. It's the nighttime one, but I alternate between the daytime and nighttime. If I forget to put this on at night, I'll put it on in the morning. No big deal. And then the eye cream, Protect and Perfect, number 7. Okay, so we'll put a little bit of this on before we put on our makeup, obviously. My skin does feel tighter when I use moisturizer, obviously, but this one in particular, it's the Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Cream. I don't put any on under my eye because that's for the eye cream. And then obviously I put some on my lips so I can get rid of those lines. I have a little bit of lines right here. Once again, from turning 30. 30 is a great age. I just feel like this is like the age where I feel like I have everything together somewhat. But you do, I started using skin creams at 30, started getting cosmetic procedures done at 30, so I think that's the age where you gotta start taking care of yourself a little more. Okay. Now, let's see. Beauty blender. I like to wash it with antibacterial soap before I start my, oop, you guys almost fell. Okay. I like to put on, I like to wash my beauty blender with antibacterial soap before I put on my makeup with it, just because you want to get off all the product from it from the day before, obviously. Put it under warm water, squeeze it, and you're gonna see all the stuff coming out. And obviously get the antibacterial soap off so it doesn't get on your foundation and stuff. You want to wet your beauty brush so that you get that your foundation goes on smoother, not just from the primer or the moisturizer, but also when this is wet, it gives you a more smooth look. Some people like the dewy look, but I don't think, for me, it doesn't give me a dewy look. It gives me a nice airbrushed, smooth look. get a rag or a face towel, dry it up. You're gonna get some product on it, but it's all good. And now, foundation. Guys, I'm using the Tarte Double Duty Beauty. I think it's medium tan golden 37G. And it's also, I think it's medium to full coverage, which obviously I need because I have all those little spots on my face. And then just dab. Dab, dab, dab. So with this light, it looks weird right now. It looks too light for my face, but it's not. Once it's all even out, and it's all spread out on your face, it'll begin to dry and it won't look like this. So next, we'll do some concealer. Now, I like to contour. Depending on where I'm going, I'll do a heavy contour or light, like just setting my face, or a heavy contour would also be known as baking, which is my favorite thing to do. But anyways, Tarte Tape Concealer, this is where it's at. 34S, medium sand. Actually, I got this through the Ulta app, and it's really cool because I didn't remember what my shade would be here. I like to go lighter. Some people like to go lighter, some people like it the same shade. I have bags under my eyes, so I needed to go lighter. Not too much lighter, just a little bit. But the cool thing, when you order through the Ulta app, they have this shade, like they have like a shade finder or something. So they turn on your camera and they determine by your face through the camera what shade you are, and it's pretty accurate. This one, they told me this one and I didn't believe them, but I got it anyways, and I was pretty surprised, so it's pretty cool. So I like to do a triangle. My triangle kind of sucks right now because it's hard to do it through the camera, but like a upside down triangle. And always go up, no matter what. If you put on blush, concealer, bronzer, contour, everything goes up. So you get that lifted illusion, right? I have a big ass forehead, so I'd like to contour just the bottom of it, and then everything else is going to be darker on the top. When you contour, you want to do a little bit here also, concealer, but I don't put it on with this. I put it on with this, with any extra product that I have on this. I'll do a quick line to chisel my jawline. It's okay if you get some on your eyelid. It's actually better, I think. only because you're going to use concealer anyways to put on eyeshadow so that it sets your eye, but it also is the primer for your eyeshadow. And of course you're going to dab, and the cool thing is that this is going to be wet already, so you don't have to wet it again. You want it damp. Like I said, any extra product you have, on your sponge, you can use it right here and just chisel your, right under that, where you're gonna put your bronzer, or you know, whatever you use to contour your face. And it's going to be a slightly lighter, not too much. So I didn't have too much product left, so I'm just going to do a quick little, and then we dab. You see that? You see how it gives me that line? Some people like to put a line of concealer, some people like to cover it completely. I like it just super light. Like I said, it depends where I'm going. If it's nighttime makeup and I'm going out, then obviously I'm gonna go a little heavier with the concealer, with the contour, heavy baking. But I'm going to work, so I don't need it that heavy, just a little bit, right? You see, you can already see it, so good. Next. Now I have the Morphe banana powder, and I have the Morphe brightening pink bacon set. And the brightening pink goes under the eye. Banana powder goes here, 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 and forehead. But it depends really, I don't know, for me it depends what mood I'm in. I like the brightening pink, but I feel like I get more of what I'm looking for with just the banana powder. So we're just gonna do the banana powder today. Maybe tomorrow I'll do the brightening pink, I don't know. Depends what kind of mood I'm in, y'all. Okay. Let me take a sip of coffee. All right, so now we're gonna do under eye setting. We're gonna do a little baking. And then we'll bake here, bake here. So this is still should be a little damp, right? And with the tip of your sponge, or the side, not really the tip, you see? I just put the product right here, and you're gonna go just like that, and then go up. Remember, always go up. I always have to go heavy under my eye just because I have bags. I would get a smaller sponge to do this. I should get a smaller sponge just so it goes into the corner of your eye a little bit better. See? And you're gonna let that literally bake. Maybe a little bit more. So the baking gives you an airbrush look in the areas that you obviously put it in. It doesn't look powdery. And banana powder is like translucent, but it has a tint to it. And they have different shades of banana powder if you're darker, or if you prefer. Look like a crazy lady, but it's gonna be worth it, I promise. All right. So I put it on and I like just sit it, have the sponge sit there for a second, and then I dab it out, right? Okay. So then you just have a tad bit left of product. This is where you do it with the tip. And you do it with your nose. Right? The forehead, obviously. We need the forehead, let me tell you guys. Turn this 5 head to a 4 head. You know what I mean, jelly bean? All right. So I like to leave it there for a second with my sponge and then dab it out. And this is where we're gonna chisel. So some people like to put a line, some people like to cover it completely. I prefer the line, but like I said, I need a smaller sponge to make it more of a fine line. See that? If you want to start from, I start from all the way over here, and you're gonna let it sit there for 2 to 3 minutes. And then with a really big brush that's clean, you'll like swift it or lightly brush off all the extra product that you have. Okay. Extra product back in here, you don't want to waste any. Okay. So this is the brush I'm talking about. I got this, it's called Farah, F-A-R-A-H. I used to be signed up with one of those, what's it called? Ipsy. Boxes, one of those makeup boxes that you get every month, and then they would send me this, like 5 products. So that's where I got it from, and it works pretty good. I've had it forever. So now I'm just gonna Make sure there's no product from yesterday on it. Wait a minute or two. Meanwhile, we'll work on my eyebrows while this sets and bakes. So I used the Anastasia eyebrow. This thing is so old. It doesn't even say Anastasia on it anymore. But anyway, so let's work on my eyebrows. Get all the baking product off of it. I need to go get my eyebrows waxed. So I'm not a big fan of really thick eyebrows, nor am I a big fan of really thin eyebrows. Just the norm, like average eyebrows, in between thin and thick, I guess you could say. Okay. My eyebrows already, like I have a hair, I would say they have thick hair. So I don't really feel the need to color them in very much. Every now and then I will. Just because I don't like them extra dark. But once again, I use Morphe, the Mocha eyebrow pomade. And lately I haven't been coloring them in, I've just been doing little strokes like that. See? As natural as possible, especially if you have thick eyebrows already, or if they're, you know, they're not thin and they have hair and there's no patches. You don't really need to do much, at least with mine. Definitely don't want them to look like I took a Sharpie and, you know, colored in my eyebrows, so. Alright, I'm done with eyebrows. So like I said, you get your big brush, right? And I do circular motion. Make sure your hand is closer to the bristles, not too far away. so you have more control. And you don't want to go too hard. You want to go light because you're just taking off the surface of the product, of where the product is. And I usually leave these on longer, so I will take off the forehead first, the nose first, the chin first, and these first, so that the under eyes have a little more time. Oh, my man is up. I don't think he knows I'm doing this right now, but it's all good. So now the lighting in here sucks, but the under eye is much better. The bags are much better. Good morning. Sorry guys, I had to go say good morning. Okay. I'll get out of this lighting when I'm completely done, so you have a better, you can see it better. But in the meanwhile, let's do, so we did eyebrows, baking under the eyes. So next is gonna be, we're going to go in with the bronzer and begin to contour. So give me 1 second. Okay. So I use nothing fancy. I use the Maybelline Master Contour. Contour brush. At least I use it as a contour brush. I don't know if it actually is. There's no name on it because it's old. So you see where you did not put any product, right? This is right under the cheekbone, and then on the actual cheekbone you want to put a little highlighter, and that's going to give it the illusion of, you know, what you're looking for: a chiseled jaw line, a chiseled base, and high cheekbones. So I start from the hairline and go out. Some people like to go heavy, but like I said, I'm going light today because I'm going to work. Don't need to do anything crazy. And this is a cool little trick. You go under the jaw. See that? Under. And it's going to create a shadow, so it's going to look like you have a chiseled jaw or a strong jawline. You want to make sure you brush it in good or blend it in so you don't have that weird line between the contour and your skin, right? This is where we're turning the 5 head into a 4 head, y'all. So look. you see there's a shadow now there? And then we're gonna do the nose. You can do powder and contour the nose. I mean powder bronzer to contour the nose. You see how you go on just the edges to make it look thinner. And then you'll put highlighter in the middle. Okay. So there's highlighter here, but I preferably like to use the Anastasia Glow Kit. I'm gonna put on the light shade of blush. Now you can use cream blush, or powder. And my blush has a little bit of highlighter in it already. You want to blend it in with the bronzer or contour powder. So it's like, it goes together, it flows together. You don't want it to look like it's two separate colors. So this is a thinner, more flimsy brush. So this is what I use my blush with and my highlighter. And so we got plenty of colors. So pretty. And today I think we're going to use Moonstone. This one. Oh, pretty. And then just blend it. I go above. So this is where the contour goes on the bottom of underneath the cheekbone. And then the highlighter goes above the cheekbone. Or on the cheekbone, sorry. Okay. Now, we did a little setting on the eyes already. I'm not gonna go heavy, but I would like to put a little concealer under there. I'll show you what I mean. So with the same brush that I did my eyebrows with, take off the product. Good morning, honey. You got your Crocs on? Okay. So I'm using an illuminator concealer, creamy concealer. And I'm going right under my eyebrow. This is gonna highlight it, and it's going to clean it up. Any extra little hairs under there, you won't be able to see. And it'll open up the eye. And it's easier to do with this brush because it's angled. You can put setting powder underneath there too once you're done. Some people do. I don't feel like I need to. Sometimes I do, but we don't need to do that today. Okay, and then I just like to dab it with my pinky. And this is gonna make your eye look more arched, or your eyebrow look more arched. Open up the eye, brighten up right under the eyebrow. You see? So it opens it up a little bit more and makes it look more arched, and it cleans up right under the eyebrow. Some people like to put it at the top. I don't feel like it's necessary for me. To each their own. Whatever works for you is fine. Sometimes I might, just to make the line for the eyebrow to look more, to make it pop out more, to make it look, make it like right. If you notice right here, when you put concealer on, it cleans it up. It will do the same effect at the top. Like I said, I'm going to work, so I'm not really too worried about it. If I'm going out, maybe I'll do it. Or if I haven't waxed my eyebrows in a while and have extra hairs, then I'll do it just to make it look more clean. Sorry, I keep picking my nose, but it's just itchy. I'm not picking it, I promise. All right, so let's do it again on this side. Yeah, you can totally see a difference. All right, so now we're gonna use this. I use primer first for my eyelashes, and usually I drink collagen peptides with my protein shake, and the collagen peptides are way better than the pills. I've noticed it helps my hair grow faster, stronger, better, and even my eyelashes. But I haven't used it in like 2 weeks, so my eyelashes haven't been as long. But anyway, here is my mascara. You can't really see it, but It says Voluminous Base Primer Mascara. I used to not use the primer mascara before, and now I use it religiously because I notice such a difference when I do use it, especially since I have tiny little eyelashes. This is the brush I was saying that's thinner than this one, and I'll show you the difference. So since my eyelashes are naturally smaller and thinner, I always like my mascara to make it more voluminous. Like it has more volume, and like it looks thicker. That's why I stay away from these thinner brushes, because it just makes them look not as thick. So I like this mascara only because it curls them up. But like I said, it doesn't give them length. It doesn't give them volume, which are my two like major things that I like my mascara to do, obviously. But if you already have big eyelashes and that are long and lengthy and have volume, then you don't need to worry about it. But for me, I don't, so my mascara has to have that. So with Big Ego, Tarte, same company. The brush is thicker. So I'll go over it really quick with it. To give it a little oomph, as we call it. As I would call it. Yeah, so as you can tell, I don't think it does very much for my eyelashes. I'll definitely go back to the Big Ego by Tarte. Just because it gives it the illusion that I have more eyelashes. I just love this brush. I don't know what it is. So even when I go over it with the Big Ego brush, I have to get a new one. That's why you're not seeing too much of a difference, but I see it. It gives it more volume. It's not skinny and just curled up. All right. I'll put a little more concealer since I kind of got it off. Wiped it off with the Q-tip. Now since I have concealer already, that's going to be my primer for eyeshadow. Using the Morphe 35G Bronze Gold, my fave. Look how pretty. It's like heaven. Okay. So, we're gonna go extra light, nothing crazy. Nice bronzy look.
Show them all about them wingtips, baby.
Babe, calm down. No wingtips today. I'm just blending it in right now, guys. Like I said, I'm looking for a bronzy light look, natural look. I'm using this color. I don't know the name of it, but it's this one. It's like a copper bronze look. Color, I mean. And I'm gonna go right under my eyebrow bone. And I'm going in circular motions so that I'm blending in. There's like little to no fallout with this, depending on which one you use. This one's a metallic-y color, so I don't notice any fallout. Sometimes the powdery ones, the matte ones, have a little bit of fallout, but nothing crazy. And I go right under the cheek, or right under the eyebrow bone. I went in the wrong color. All right, so cool little trick. We're going to use setting spray to prime the...
Wait, why are you using my Harley catalog book?
I needed it for my stand. These are all Morphe brushes that I use, but in order to set your metallic eyeshadows and to make it, to set or prime it, whatever terminology you want to use, makes it more vibrant and it makes it stay for the whole day. So we're gonna go back in, get the metallic color. I use both of these colors just to blend it all in. And then now we're gonna use this. There you go. I love putting metallic right at the at the bottom of the eyelids. Any little fallout you guys may have at the bottom, I just swipe it a little bit to get it off my face. So it's definitely much more vibrant when you use the setting spray to prime it, or as a primer. So now, do a little highlighter on the brow bone, and we should be good. I like to curl my eyelashes with my fingers, as you can see. I don't know why, I don't like the eyelash curlers. Okay, I can't find my brush, so what else can I use? Alright, we'll just use a little round brush. This is the Morphe M574. And we're going to use a little bit of highlighter, so I'm going to use this color. And go right under the eyebrow. I'm gonna go slightly under here again to get a little more depth, as they call it. And then we'll blend it out.
This is a his and hers.
I know, I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
And hers.
Okay. Your what?
The faux
One last step, using Tarte Melted Matte, my favorite. Honestly, guys, I don't even like the Kylie matte lipstick because it all gets dry right here, and then it's just, I don't like it. This right here is where it's at. It doesn't do that. Unless you're wearing that ugly ass mask and it smears all over your lips, then yeah. So we're gonna change rooms so I can get you guys a better lighting so you can see how it all came out. So there you go. I think it came out, it looks very different than in the bathroom. You can see the contour, the highlighter, right? You can see how right under the eyebrow it looks more open because you highlighted it, you put concealer first. There you go, guys. That is my Tuesday look. Anyways, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for sticking with me through this video. There definitely will be more. And I am going to do a review on Kim Kardashian's lip liner and lipstick. I think that would be interesting to do. Like I said, I tried the Kylie one, didn't like it, wasn't impressed. Tarte, yes. The matte lipstick, yes. But let's see how Kim does with her line of lip liner and lipstick. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Tuesday. I hope you love the look. Stay bright, be light. Love you all.